Good morning, BrinkerCooks. So I go to the butcher at the Kroger. Actually, it was in Highland Heights, Kentucky in 1991. Not that it matters. But anyway, asked for pork steaks. He looked at me like I had three heads. I explained to him that it was a pork butt sliced into steaks. Actually, I said, well, do you have pork butts? He said, we do. I said, how do you sell them? He said, we sell them whole for smoking. I said, do you have a meat saw? He said, of course I do. I said, well, could you slice them? I showed him how, showed him where I wanted them sliced. He said, okay. He sliced them up, took them back to the apartment, had pork steaks in Ohio, actually, northern Kentucky. They were delightful. Anyway, pork steaks is what we're doing today. It's not going to be a long video. It's a long cook process, but I'm not going to train the GoPro on the grill for, 3 hours. So let's get started. I'm going to turn this off. Next time you see me, there will be pork steaks out. All right? Okay, so here we are, pork steaks again. Let me pick up the package here and show you what I got. If you're from St. Louis, again, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you don't. It's a butt. It's sliced into steaks. It's $1.28 a pound, and it'll be delightful. Pork butt does not necessarily mean pulled pork. Although, I don't know, I'm a pan back. If you look past me, you might see a really big trophy on top of that piece of furniture. That says that at one point in my life, I cooked the best pork on the planet at an invitational contest, and that's pulled pork. Actually, it's pulled and sliced, but so I know my way around a hunk of pork, at least I think so. Anyway, let me get this out of the package, show you what I do with it, all right? So before I actually season the meat, let's talk about what I'm gonna do to it. I have a lot of stuff in front of me. I'm not gonna use all of it. These are just some of the things that I use to season pork steaks, pork butts, whatever. Blues Hog Sweet and Savory. If you can find it, get it. It's great. It wins contests, I'm telling you. This one, Lowry seasoned salt. Traditional St. Louis pork steak, you would get this, and you would get Maul's barbecue sauce. That'd be it. I'm going to do something kind of like that. I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use a few of these other things with it. Right here, Heath Ryle's barbecue rub. Pecan, nice, sweet, great color. Everyday rub, garlicky, salty, peppery, delicious. Sauces, I'm surprised I don't have a Blues Hog sweatshirt on because I've done a lot with Blues Hog. Bill Arnold, great guy. If y'all could drop a prayer for Bill, I'd appreciate it. He's having a few health problems, and a lot of us think a lot of Bill. Anyway, that aside, what am I going to use for sauce? I'm going to use these two. From Smoke This, Chase and Mary Knowles. One's regular, one's Chipotle. They're great. I've won chicken categories with this stuff on a regular basis. So if you can get it, try it. If you can't, Google it. Go to Gateway Barbecue Store. Go to the Kansas City Barbecue Store. You'll find it. I'm telling you, try it. All right, let's cook. Still using this selfie stick gizmo. So what am I going to do? I'm going to season these. I've actually seasoned them all except for the last seasoning on the last side. Didn't figure you need to watch all that. Lowry seasoned salt. I'm going to put this down here so you can see kind of how much I put on, okay? There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that. So Lowry seasoned salt. Usually use two hands, but I think I can do this one-handed. Don't be afraid to use seasoning. It's okay. It's going to be on the barbecue grill. It's not going to hurt anything. Still seasoning salt. A little bit on that end piece. And I say the end piece. There's a chunk on the end of when you buy a whole pork butt like that, there's a piece that really can't be sliced into much. So now we've got some of the Heath Ryle's Everyday Rub. You notice I left it off of that end piece. I'm just going to put seasoning salt on the end piece because that's going to be smoked, and I'll use it for flavoring in beans or something like that. So that's it. I've got it seasoned up. Here. So I've got it seasoned up. It's a little bit frozen yet, so I'm going to leave it lay out for a little bit to get thawed before it goes out on the grill. I want to talk a little bit about Blues Hog again. I love this stuff, absolutely do. The reason I didn't use it on these pork steaks, a buddy of mine in Chicago asked for some barbecue rub, so I picked this up yesterday to send to him. Otherwise, I'd have used it, but I didn't want to open it up. So that's why I didn't use any of it. It'd be great with the others that's on there, but the Heath Ryle's Everyday, the Heath Ryle's Pecan, and the Lowry seasoned salt gives me a nice result. See you in a little bit. Something I didn't mention to you guys. You noticed I had a cookie sheet. I'm gonna turn this. I have a cookie sheet down, the meat's on. Did you notice I have saran wrap on the cookie sheet? I never like pork and seasoning to be in contact with metal. I just don't like the flavor that it gives me. Stainless steel after the fact, of course. When it's raw like that, not really. Put some saran over it, put something over it, newspaper, parchment paper, I don't care. Just don't leave it sit like that with a seasoning on it and thaw, or let it sit and marinate, if you will, for hours. It's just not good for it. All right, thanks. So we're outside. You might hear the dogs jingling around as they're rather excited to see us out. A lot of ways to cook pork steaks. Gas grill, charcoal grill, offset smoker, vertical smoker, electric smoker, a million ways. Hell, you can fry them. Me, I'm going to use a pellet grill. So watch as I demonstrate the difficulty in starting a pellet grill. A lot of brands out there. This one, doesn't matter the brand, I'm not getting sponsored. If you're looking for a great upper end pellet smoker, pellet grill, look to the Cook Shack Fast Eddies. I'm not a huge Traeger fan, that doesn't matter, but I'm not. This is a Daniel Boone Green Mountain Grill. Anyway, let's take a look at what I do and the difficulties in starting. Here we go. I'm going to point you down here. You guys see that? Okay. Full of pellets. Hardwood pellets. Here we go. Here's the hard part. You watching? You watching? On. Okay, you still watching? It's going to start. I'm going to hit that button. And it's going to start. Back in a little bit. All right, so we're outside. What are we doing? We've got the pit started. We're going to put the meat on here. We're going to lay it on, no real particular order, but there's one little thing I want to show you. All right, bear with me while I get these guys on. In my barbecue grill, in this smoker, it's a little hotter to the back. So I'm going to try to evenly space them a little bit. You know, let's move them down a little. Because what I'm doing is I'm making room on the end for that big chunk of meat I told you that I really wasn't going to cook as a pork steak. I was just going to season it up for beans or what have you. Well, it's big, and the right side of my barbecue grill is the hottest part out there, or hottest part of the grill. So something you want to do is learn your grill. Don't assume it's all the same. There are hot spots, there are cold spots. I'll talk to you later in another video about something called the biscuit test. So what did I do here? Like that. We're going to take a look in there. You can hear the grill starting to cycle. That's it. We're going to close it down. I'm going to move this out of the way. Martha's going to keep holding the camera for me. I'm going to run my temperature up to about, let's call it 225. Got an old blanket. What in the world is he going to do with the blanket? Well, even though my short sleeve shirt kind of belies the fact that it's 30 degrees out here, or 35 degrees, whatever it is, I'm going to do that. So I use fewer pellets, not less pellets. My mother, the former English teacher, would be rolling in her grave right now if she heard that. And that's it. Those guys are tucked in. We're going to let them ride for a while. Couple hours. We're gonna come back and look at them and flip them. See you in a bit. Hey guys, let's take a look at our pork steaks. They've been on for about an hour, rolling along at 225. Take the blanket off, take a look. Yeah, they're just starting to sweat a little. I'm gonna turn you so you can see. So they're just starting to sweat some. You can see that, right? Now what am I gonna do? I've got a mister. There's a barbecue guy out there that cooks a lot, wins a lot. His nickname is Clone. He'll know who he is if he sees it. He gave me this thing like 10 years ago. What's in it? Cranberry juice. Watch. Okay, we sprayed them. Now we're going to flip them. You can watch what we're doing here. We'll just turn them over. They're starting to get a little color on them. The ones closer to the hot end of the pit are getting a little more color. I'll flip that big chunk. We're going to rotate a couple of these so they all get kind of even heat. There we go. We're going to mist them one more time. Close them back up. Put our blanket back over it, and I'll check back in another hour. There's Laverne. Say hi, Laverne. Laverne likes to help me cook. So what are we doing? Hey, it's been another 45 minutes, so we're just going to check these pork steaks and see what their temperature is. So, you see that? That is a digital thermometer, Insta-read Thermopen. Sorry about that. What's our pork steak? 142 degrees. What's this one? 150 degrees. So, what do we know? We know we got about 50 or 60 more degrees to go before these guys are ready to be sauced and pulled off and made delightful. So we're going to squirt a little bit more cranberry on them. We're going to flip them again. We're also going to rotate them because we saw that the ones to the right were getting hotter than the ones on the left. There. I think that's about right. So yeah. We're just gonna let those guys do their thing. All right, we're back outside. What are we doing? We're gonna open this up, we're gonna take a look. Oh, they're looking good. So, Martha's gonna show you those while I grab my thermometer. I'm looking for a feel as much as I am a temperature on these guys. They're feeling pretty good, actually. Kind of imagine sticking the meat probe into peanut butter. That's what we're looking for. We're pretty much there on all of this. So, what are we doing now? We're gonna slide these guys over here, kind of out of the way, or at least off the high heat. And we're gonna brush them with sauce. What kind of sauce do we have? Well, this is smoked this chipotle. If you got a little Blues Hog to mix with it, that'd be good. Using my trusty Gateway barbecue store mop. So now Martha's gonna come back down here. We're gonna brush these guys up real good. We're gonna do the rest of them. You don't have to watch me do all these. I'm gonna brush them up. I'm gonna crank the heat down to about 200 because I'm really not trying hard to cook them anymore. I just want to get a nice glaze set on them. Let's get these brushed up. Got Martha come in and show you what we got going on. She'll show you this guy right here in the front. He's looking pretty good. That's what we're looking for. I'm gonna brush them, close them up, let them smoke for a little while longer. Then, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna flip them. We're gonna turn it down, brush them 2 or 3 times till the sauce sticks to them. Call them good. See you in a little bit. So the first test: can I cut it with a fork? Beats me. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that right there. So now I'm going to make you watch me eat it. I'm going to hand the camera to Martha. You know, there's a reason that over there, and I pointed out earlier, there's a great big trophy with me winning pork. It's really good stuff. You should try this. Remember, Blues Hog, smoke this. Heath Riles, all good products. Use them. Do what I did. You'll be happy. Later, BrinkerCooks.